This is why one multifamily deal can change your financial future for the rest of your life. Let me share. So, for those of you who don't know, I own a 26 unit apartment complex that I bought for $500,000. I put 25% down, which is around 125K, and I'm putting in around $250,000, $300,000 to renovate this 26 unit apartment complex. So I had to replace the roof. I am renovating the majority of my units. Some units, I think at least 10 to 14 units, have brand new kitchen, brand new everything, right? New kitchen cabinets, new kitchen countertop, new sinks, fresh coat of paint, new flooring, new bathtub kit, new bathtub vanity. Everything is brand new, right? It's a very modern, new apartment complex. I call it my premium units. And some other units that didn't need as much renovation. So maybe the remaining, 12 units, I'm doing a moderate turn on them. So, we're updating it, obviously repainting it, new flooring if needed, if there's carpet. We're not ripping out the kitchen cabinets. We might be repainting the kitchen cabinets into the more modern color and adding handles to make it look cleaner, nicer, more modern. And by doing this renovation, we have units that we call the premium units. So we raise the rents from 400 to 700 to 750. And the units that we aren't doing as heavy of a renovation, maybe we're raising it from like 400 to maybe like closer to 600, right? So what's kind of nice about this is if you know the equation, if you raise the rents by $300 per unit and you times that by 26 units, that's how much you increase your net operating income by, right? And you divide that by the market cap rate. I think Oklahoma is around a 7.5 cap right now, to 8 if you want to be conservative. So you take 300 times 26 units times 12 months. And that's how much your net operating income increases by. So, and you divide that by 0.75, right? So that's how much you force depreciation of your apartment complex. So let me do that math again. 300 times 26 units, that's $7,800 extra in cash flow times 12 months. That's $93,000 a year. Divide that by 0.75. You just increase the value of your apartment complex by about $1.2 million, right? So if I bought it for $500,000 and I was able to renovate the units for like $300,000 total, so I'm all in for $800,000. I can raise the value by $1.2 million just by raising the rents by $300 on average per unit. So now it's worth 1.7 million, right? So I'm all in for 1.8 or 800, and now it's worth 1.7. So I forced about $900,000 of appreciation, right? And then if you do a cash out refinance, at that point you pull out your down payment, you pull out your renovation costs, some extra money on top, take that money out tax free, and you go buy another apartment complex and you repeat the process, right? That's the power of multifamily and doing value add, right? It's one huge burr, take all the money out, buy another one. But there's something that I thought about recently, that it kind of hit me and it really shocked me, which inspired me to make this video. Because remember, my video is why one multifamily deal can change your financial future. By doing a cash out refinance in a burr, the great part is by doing a cash out refinance, you take your capital out and you can continue to buy another one, repeat, pull your money out, buy another one. That's how you scale, right? That's if you want to scale. But the thing is, sometimes people don't want to scale, right? Like, let's say you're more lifestyle oriented, right? Or you want to build a safety net. And this is what I've been thinking recently too was, okay, let's backtrack everything, right? I bought it for $500,000 and I put 25% down, right? So what's my loan? So my loan is about 375K, right? And let's just go back to my prior example. So I have 375K loan. My monthly loan payment is around $2,000 a month, at 4% interest only, or not, so not 4% interest only, 4% amortized over 30 years. And if you go back to my prior example, I can raise the rents by almost $7,000 by raising the rents at each unit by $300 per unit times 26. Well, the baseline rent or day one rent was around 10K. If I'm getting 10K day one, I have the ability to increase up to 18K. after renovating the units and renting it out at market rent. So now I have 18K a month in rent, right? At that point, let's just say for simplicity, after all after all my expenses, and keep in mind I renovate all the units, so my capex should go down, right? Capex shouldn't be as big of a deal, especially if I renovate majority of the 26 units. And then if you factor in your loan amount out of 18,000, you have 8,000 towards expenses, so you cash flow 10K a month, right? At 10K a month, that replaces my income as a pharmacy director, and I'm a high income W-2, right? Like some people don't need 10K a month to replace their job. If you don't make as much, maybe 3, 4, 5K is enough, right? But at 10K a month, you're cash flowing 10K a month. You can take that at that moment, you can stop. You don't have to leave, you can leave your job. You don't have to do a cash out refinance, because if you do a cash out refinance, what happens when you cash out refinance? My loan was 375K. If I do a cash out refinance at a 1.7 million dollar valuation, let's times that by 75%. My new loan's 1.2 million, right? So if your loan's 1.2 million, what does that mean? Your monthly mortgage payment's going to go up, and your cash flow is going to go down, right? That's just the nature of it. But if you don't mind, just owning the property about doing a cash out refinance, at this point, this is where the magic happens. So you're cash flowing 10K a month. Let's say you took that 10K a month and you use that to pay down your loan every month. You just continue working, right? Like if you don't mind working, obviously, you can take all whatever profits you have and dump it back into the property. So 10K a month times a year, in a year, that's 120K. What was my loan? 370K. So in 3 years, if I took all the cash flow and dumped it back into the property, I'll own this 26 unit apartment complex free and clear, grossing 18K a month. By then in 3 years, maybe the rent will be close to 20K a month. You're grossing 20K a month, and let's just say you have 7K to expenses. Now you're cash flowing 13K. At that point, you have nothing to really worry about, right? You have no loan. You're cash flowing 13K a month. You can leave your day job. And then at this point, you can just start taking that 13K, save up again for another down payment renovation cost, and then buy your next apartment complex and repeat the process, right? Like this strategy, like one is all you need, right? Like I always had the ambition of wanting 500 units, and I may get there, right? I may get there, but right now, I scaled rapidly. I bought 80 units in 8 months, and now I'm just thinking like, geez, it's a lot of work, right? It's not easy. You listen to my channel, I tell you, it's not easy, right? It's not easy finding the deal, stabilizing the deal, finding a good deal, managing the deal. It's a lot of work, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, right? It's not as easy as you think, and um, but like if one deal is all it takes to like retire you and give you financial freedom, like isn't that powerful? Like knowing that, like would it make you more patient in trying to find a good deal? Like, if all I knew I need to do was get one deal, it's okay if you go through 100 bad deals. You just need to find that one good deal, and you're financially free, right? If you find a deal like my 26 unit off market using direct mail, just like me, and you pay it off in like 3 4 years, that's it, right? Like that my goal was literally 20K a month by 35. And I kind of gave up that goal a little bit. I thought I was a little too ambitious, but now that I'm thinking about it, like, well, literally in 3 years, if I, from when it's stabilized, it's not stabilized yet, it's almost, but assuming it's stabilized in 3 years, I can pay it off and I'm financially free. And I'll be getting, 13K for the rest of my life net, right? This is like tax free, like 13K. So at that point, I can still work if I don't mind working, or I can just stop and then buy more real estate or do whatever I want. Right? It just gives you options. So kind of the moral of the story of this video is you don't need a lot of real estate to achieve your goals. Like people tell me they want 50K a month. I'm like, do you really need 50K a month? That's a lot of money. Like, are you going on lavish vacations on yacht parties every weekend? Um, if that's what you want, then you probably might need to get 50K. Or if you just live a very simple, humble life. I mean, obviously we can do nice things, but like not super extravagant. not super fancy with designer everything, eating out fancy, showing off to your friends. It's all ego, right? Like you just want these material goods to impress people. But if you just don't mind living very humbly, simply, with stealth wealth, like in the videos I talked about, one deal is all it takes. One multifamily deal is all it takes to retire you from your day job, to give you options, to change your financial trajectory and your children's financial trajectory for the rest of your life. Because what stress do you have if you have no loan on the property, right? Like you just need one deal, paid off. Now you eventually you save up more money, you buy another deal, pay it off. You have two deals paid off. At that point, you probably have way more money than you know what to do with. If I paid off my 26 unit and my 20 unit, and they're both on the same loan of 370K, I can pay those off in 6 years. I'll be grossing 30K a month. Let's say half goes to expense. That's 15 to 18K a month net, right? Tax free. That's two pharmacist salaries right there. And I do that in 6 years. By the time I'm 30, 39, right? Before I'm 40. So, and at that point, once I have this financial foundation, I can start to scale again, right? Like I have nothing to lose. If I lose money in a deal, so what? I'm getting, 15 to 18K a month, which covers my basic living expenses, takes care of me, takes care of my family, takes care of the bills, takes care of my living expense, takes care of my fund money, takes care of everything, right? At that point, when I start to scale again, it's house money, right? Like that's how you play the game. You need to get your first couple deals to give you that foundation. It just takes one deal, multifamily, right? Single family might take like more. But once you have that financial foundation, which, hey, it may take you 10, 20 years to build. So what? So what if it takes you 10, 20 years? At that point, you're playing with house money, right? So that's why once I learned this, I'm just like, wow, I don't need to buy more than I currently have right now. It'd actually be stupid. Why would I give up this golden goose that I have, these two deals I already own, that it can completely change my financial trajectory where I don't need to work, right? I don't need to work. I can do what I'm truly passionate about, which is teaching, right? I love to teach, but I'm still tied to my golden handcuffs of my W-2 job. So, when I just realized this, and it was recent, like I've been buying multifamily for 3 years, right? And it took me 3 years to realize this, that you just need one deal, one really good deal. Yeah, it's going to suck. It's going to take a while to get that deal. But once you get it and you stabilize it and you pay it off, you're set for the rest of your life, right? Not everyone wants a huge real estate portfolio. I get it. The more real estate you own, the more problems. I'm living proof, right? I have a problem every single day. I own 90 units. Every single day, there's an issue, a fire I'm putting out, literally and figuratively, right? My mobile home park had a fire at one point. So I'm dealing with issues all the time, right? If you're more lifestyle oriented and you just want to buy real estate to free you of time, give you back your time, you're buying back your time, you just need one deal, right? So it's okay. It's okay to just have a deal. You don't need to always scale, right? We listen to all these podcasts. Oh, how I bought 1,000 units. Well, they syndicate. Maybe you don't want to syndicate, right? Maybe you want lifestyle. Maybe you don't have to report to investors. Maybe you don't have to worry about things, right? That's the why I'm investing in real estate. I just want time, freedom, options, and flexibility, right? So one deal. That's it. So once you learn that, like, you should just go all in and trying to get that first deal. And whatever resources you can, mentorships, YouTube channels, whatever it takes. One deal is all it takes for you to change your financial future for the rest of your life. Life changing, right? So if that was the case, it's like buying a golden lottery ticket, right? People spend all this time, effort buying these lottery tickets in California when you should be spending that time, effort, and money towards getting your first multifamily deal and buying it so well that it can change your future for the rest of your life, right? So that's what I'm in the business of trying to teach. And once I realized that, it made me more passionate and more convicted in wanting to teach this because I'm about to experience it soon, hopefully. And it'd be a shame for me not to share that with everyone else. So, once again, hopefully this changed your mindset about multifamily, this changed your mindset about scaling, this changed your mindset about what you really need to achieve your goals, right? And I'm telling you from experience, just need one multifamily deal And once you pay that off, you're set, right? So if you target a cheaper market, like what I do, my loan is less, right? 390K loan, that's nothing. Or 370K loan, that's nothing. The cash flow can pay for that in 3 to 5 years, right? And if I want to go even faster, I can take my money that I'm making from my day job plus the cash flow from the property and pay off that thing even faster. And then once that's paid off, take the extra cash flow from that as well as my job to pay off my other apartment complex. And I own 2 apartment complexes, free and clear, 46 units, free and clear, grossing 30K a month in a couple years if I don't mind working, right? This is what I mean. This is like life changing, right? It's not complicated. It just takes one deal. So once again, hopefully you're inspired. Check out some of my videos and please subscribe. Thank you so much.